See this? If number of elements in A equal to m and number of elements in B equal to n, then the number of onto functions from A to B is given by this formula. So you can prove this formula by mathematical induction. Anyway, proof is not required, and even there are no questions on this formula, but then still it is just for the sake of completion we are going to include it. You need not by heart it, just try to remember it somehow. If you can't remember it, leave it. There will be no questions on it. Okay, so but then the formula is this. So one more thing you should observe here is they are giving that number of elements in A equal to m and the number of elements in B equal to n, and always m is greater than n. Okay, which means the number of elements in set A should be greater than or equal to n. So one thing is for sure, if number of elements m is less than n, there will be no onto functions possible whatsoever. We have just seen that, isn't it? In case, see what I mean to say is, in case if m is less than n, which means if the number of elements in set A are less than number of elements in set B, how can you give one element for each of the element in B? It is not possible, right? So there will be no one-to-one functions possible. That is why this case is eliminated, and the other case is m equal to n. Now we have just seen that when m equal to n, it is either m factorial or n factorial. Now the other case remaining is m is greater than n. So when m is greater than n, then the number of onto functions possible can be derived from this formula. Okay, so look at the formula: n power n minus nc1 into n minus 1 power m plus nc2 into n minus 2 power n, so on. So I'll just give you an intuition behind it. This is the total number of functions possible. From the total number of functions possible, we are going to subtract something, right? So what is it? The total number of functions possible in which one element from the set B is never associated to any element. You can choose that one element here, and then you can remove it, right? And then we have to add some other factors. So we add here and then subtract here, add here, subtract here. By mathematical induction, you can prove that it is right. Okay. So anyway, now let's see some examples on this. If number of elements in A equal to 6 and number of elements in B equal to 3, which means m equal to 6 and n equal to 3, if you substitute in this formula, see this: 3 power 6 n power m minus nc1. nc1 is nothing but 3c2 into n minus 1 power m, which means 2 power 6, plus nc2 into n minus 2 power 6. So if you expand it, we are going to get this one, right? That is one example. And look at the next example here. If number of elements in A equal to n and number of elements in B equal to 2, then the number of onto functions possible. So according to this formula, you are going to get this: 2 power n minus 2c1 into 1 power n. Even if you directly do it also, you can see this. So how do you think that we got it? How do you think that we got it? Simple. See this: the total number of functions possible are 2 power n. From these total number of functions, 2 functions will not be onto functions. See, they are saying that we have n elements here, but then we have only 2 elements here, right? Now the total number of functions possible is going to be 2 power n. We have already seen that. Now from this, only 2 functions are not going to be onto functions. Can you guess what they are? One function will be, all the elements will be mapping to the first element. This is one function which is not going to be onto. And what about the other one? The other one is all the elements will be mapped to the second one, like this, right? So these are the 2 functions which are not onto. Therefore from the total number of functions, which is 2 power n, we have to subtract 2. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177. and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.